Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy.dancer, and today we are going to be doing a review on the Galileo Forex bot. By the end of this video, you're going to know who is a great fit for this bot, who should stay away from using this bot, and also the pros and cons of using Galileo, and if it is going to be worth it for you to use Galileo as well. All right, so let's go ahead and first start with the website. Okay, so we're on the main page for the Galileo store, and we are currently on the features tab. And let's go ahead and work our way from top to bottom. And I will tell you guys the stuff that is true and the stuff that is false on this page. All right, so the first one in terms of generates profits consistently. The bot does come with pre-configured settings, but the problem with those settings is that they are not based off of the market conditions. Okay, so you have to have a strong knowledge of Forex in order to be able to use this bot correctly. This bot is really designed for professional traders and is not recommended for newbies. It's not plug and play, even though technically you can buy it, download it, and start using it correctly, or you can download it and start using it, but using it correctly is going to take a lot of work. Okay, Galileo does have premium settings that are supposed to be better than the settings that come with the bot, which in my opinion is kind of shady. If you are a developer and people buy your product, you should want them to be successful with it. So I personally don't like the fact that they want people to buy the premium settings. Um, and I've actually heard from people who bought the premium settings and they still don't work. And the reason why is because the settings for Galileo come from strategy tests. Okay, so Galileo does strategy tests all the time. Okay, and that's how they come up with the settings that work. The problem with that is the strategy test is based off of hypothetical situations. It's not based off of real market data, real market conditions. Okay, when you become an experienced trader, you understand that there are four main types of market conditions. Number one, you have trending conditions. Number two, you have consolidating conditions. Number three, you have ranging conditions. And number four, you have divergent conditions. So whatever your strategy is when it comes to trading, it needs to factor in those types of market conditions. The Galileo bot does not consider any of that stuff. Okay, the bot is designed to trade off of the candles, and when it comes to the settings you use, you have to make sure you use the right numbers. And I will open up my MetaTrader 4 later in this video, and I'll break that down for you guys as well. All right, but let's first get through this page here. Uh, Galileo does use MyFxbook, but again, the results they use for the MyFxbook is not off of real trades. They're based off of strategy tests. I would be okay if they used a demo account for MyFxbook, but they don't even do that. It's all based off of strategy tests, and they just keep running strategy tests until they find one that works, and then they post it to their MyFxbook or different advertisements, and they say 96.46% accuracy, and it's just not true. It's actually very misleading. Some people might say that's a scam, but you can decide for yourself. Uh, as soon as you do make your payment, you can download it immediately and start trading with it immediately. No trading or coding experience required. If you trade this bot without any experience, you're going to lose your money so fast. All right. Like I mentioned before, this is at a minimum, you should be a profitable trader if you're going to use this bot. And that means you have a strong understanding of the market and you also understand how the bullish and bearish signals relate. So when you use Galileo, okay, you have to first analyze the market, consolidating, trending, ranging, divergent, right? And then you have to put the settings in to match your analysis. Okay. It takes a very experienced trader to be able to do that. All right. Part of my coaching program, I do have my own guides and my own system for using Galileo. And I'm going to be absolutely honest with you guys. It is a lot of work. And for 90% of the people who, go down that route, uh, it's too much work for them. Okay. So I'll be honest with you. I'm more than happy to help you and work with you on using this bot to make it successful, at least enough to where you can get your money back. But just keep in mind, you're going to have to work very, very hard. If you're a newbie and you have no experience trading Forex, the very first thing we're going to have to do is teach you how to trade Forex. And a lot of people think Forex is easy. From a conceptual basis, Forex is pretty easy, but it's still a lot of work and it is a skill. Okay. It's not easy. And this bot does not make it easier for you. It might make it easier for you in some situations. For example, if you're trading a currency pair that's in a strong uptrend or a strong downtrend and it's on a long-term trend and the pullbacks are very minimal, then this is a great bot for you to use. Okay. But in these unstable market conditions, um, we don't have many periods and many currency pairs that are in long-term trends with very small pullbacks. So this is a tough time to use this bot. Okay. Now there are some currency pairs. I think gold has been strong lately. But I don't want to get too distracted from that. All right. They do have step-by-step guides. They're not going to help you much. Understand Galileo is a tech company. They are not a Forex company. They are not a company that is built from Forex traders. The people who manage Galileo now, they bought the bot from developers years ago. The developers handed Galileo all the settings, the guides, and everything else. And then Galileo started selling the bot as is. So the support team, the sales team, very few people will be able to help you because they're not Forex traders themselves. Galileo hires like tech type people, computer type people, but they don't hire Forex traders. Galileo, if you're listening, hire me, and I will help your support team use this correctly. Okay, I am a very experienced trader. I've been doing this for 7 years full time, and I have a lot of success trading Forex and with Galileo as well. But I stopped using it just because it was just too much work. All right. Let's see here. Another thing to keep in mind too is for US traders. Okay. US traders have many restrictions that makes it even harder to use Galileo plus the settings. So that's going to be a problem for many US traders. Okay. Choose between slow, fast, aggressive, and customized trading styles. This is a big problem for me. And the reason why is because it doesn't make sense. If you are an experienced trader, slow, fast, aggressive, and custom, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, as a trader, there are very few things that I'm focused on. Okay, I am focused on price action, I'm focused on momentum, and I am focused on volumes. No matter what trading strategy you use when it comes to Forex, your strategy has to be able to include those things. Slow, fast, aggressive doesn't make any sense. Um, I will say everything in this section right here is absolutely true. And this is one of the reasons why I I'm not saying I'm a fan of Galileo, but I really do appreciate all of this right here. Because there are many bots out there where this is very hard to control. Um, so I will give Galileo good report on that. This right here is false. No minimum balance required. So if you're using a US broker, okay, uh, the leverage you have is very low. So let's say, for example, you start with $100. If you're using Oanda, you're probably only going to be able to place one trade on like Euro US dollar or like the US dollar Japanese yen or something like that because the margin requirement is so high. Okay. Oanda has like 30 to 1, Forex.com has 50 to 1, and IG has 200 to 1. From the US brokers, IG is by far the best. But just keep in mind, because of all the restrictions with US brokers, the low leverage and the anti-hedging, that means you have to understand if you should be trading only sells or only buys. So again, if you're a new trader and you don't understand how to read the market, you're not going to understand how to set that up. So this is very challenging for US clients. Um, I do prefer only sells or only buys. Um, that's because I can analyze the market correctly and I can match my analysis of the market to the settings for Galileo. It takes a lot of training to be able to do that. But I'm more than happy to teach you how to do that. Adapt to any market condition. I'll say that's true. You can do that, but again, that requires a very high level of skill with Forex and a deep understanding of Galileo to be able to do that. And the support team and sales team most likely won't be able to help you with that because these people are not traders themselves. So, that's a huge problem. All right. So the way Galileo works is it trades based off of the candles. So, in this example right here, if you have 5 consecutive bullish candles, the bot will wait until it detects 5 bullish signals in a row. What they mean by that is 5 green candles. Okay. Now you can tell that these people are not traders because this is a typo. Bullish means the price is going to go up. Bullish is when you would buy, right? But this is a big typo right here because it's not going to place a sell order. It's going to place a buy order. Okay. So the same thing applies to bearish signals. Um, and I will say this, one of the great things about Galileo is it does do exactly as you set it up to do. The challenge is you have to understand what it is you are setting it up to do. Okay. So that's it in regards to the website. The next thing I want to do is cover reviews. All right. And I want to show you guys the Galileo community as well. All right, so let's get into this next. Okay, so let's first start with the Galileo community. After you purchase the bot, you will be able to have access to the community where you can see updates with settings and anything that's new that's going on with Galileo. So the first thing you're going to notice here is there's not a lot of activity. Okay, so you do see, like, for example, there's one post. And you know, this person is asking this general question. But it's nothing like what you see in the advertisements, right? If Galileo is making people a lot of money, uh, this community should be blowing up with people talking about all the money that they're making. Okay, but each week there's usually somebody that posts different settings. So you can see right here, this guy posted his settings that you can use and the currency pairs. And this happens like every week or so. So you can kind of see, well, not every week, but fairly often. And you can see um I don't think anybody's using those settings. I think people at this point are pretty much turned off from it altogether. And like I mentioned before, there is a page here that gives a link to the MyForex book. So this right here. All right, so when Galileo says that they give you or that they have a MyForex book that keeps track of the performance, this is what they're referring to. But the problem is these reports are all strategy tests. So, when you're looking at this, this is not based off of live trades. Basically, someone really knows how to use the strategy tester, and this is what you're looking at here. You will also notice that this was back in May 30th of 2023. So even the person who was doing these strategy tests, they obviously got tired of doing this. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because if you see like ads on Facebook, Instagram, or just social media in general, you're seeing all these people make insane gains, right? And it just isn't true. Okay, so before we leave the Galileo community, you can kind of see how it's pretty dead. You have a chat here and there, but it's mostly just people having problems. And then after a while, you never really hear from them again. But this right here is the community that you guys can see for yourself. So do not trust what you're seeing on social media platforms because there's so many fake reviews, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of them right now. Okay. This is one of the ads that's popped up on my Facebook, this trading bot talks. And let's look at some of these comments. All right, so this person, so we just came from the Galileo community, right? And you guys saw the real users who are using Galileo, right? So you see all these people talking about how amazing the performance is. Where are all these people inside the Galileo community? Uh, Galileo uses different social media websites to give them fake reviews and fake comments. So many of the ads that you see posted on Forex, on Facebook and Instagram, are mostly fake reviews. Okay, and then I guess they hope enough fake people post enough great reviews that eventually people like you and I start seeing the ads, and then we start making comments, and then they start having legitimate comments inside these posts. But if you see different posts like this, and then there's a lot of them. Okay, trust when I say that this is all fake. Okay, and if you click on their profiles, a lot of people have the exact same um, setup. Uh, so like, I mean, I don't know about this person. But let's click on a different one. All right. All right. So this person says, awesome performance. I really like this EA. And then we click on their profile. No posts available. So this right here is a fake profile. Let's try another one. Good EA. I like it. Are you seeing a pattern here? These are all fake profiles. Let's try a couple more. Okay, so obviously this is a real person asking a legitimate question. Okay, so you can see how effective this is, right? You have a couple fake comments, and it starts triggering enough people to start asking legitimate questions. So I hope this kind of answers questions in regards to the fake reviews, the Galileo community. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna show you guys what Galileo looks like and briefly go over the settings. So let's go ahead and add it to the chart. All right, so one of the things I definitely love about this is it's very simple. Many different bots can be very complicated and hard for the average person to use, but this is very simple. Okay, so first off, starting with the magic number, this doesn't mean anything, so don't worry about it. Um, when it comes to the lot size, if you choose 0, it will choose the lot size for you based off of your account balance. So the very first thing you want to do is definitely um, change the lot size if you don't want to be trading with 0.10 lot sizes. If you're looking to manage your risk based off of the drawdown, then you can use this option right here. I don't know if it works too well, but I always make sure I have a stop loss set for each of my trades. This is a big one right here with the max orders. If you choose 0, I mean, you can have like 100 trades. It's insane. If you use 0, like on the minute time frame, you can easily have 100 trades. So I'd, I don't ever recommend using 0. Um, you set your stop loss here, take profit there. So the cool thing with Galileo is you can choose when you want the trailing stop to start, And you can also choose the distance, which is really cool. Because let's say, for example, if you start off with only having a trading stop with like 5 pips, 10 pips, 100 pips, or whatever, okay, a lot of times it can be very tricky to get right. A lot of times, I may not want my trading stop to start until I'm 100 pips in profit, and then I wanted to move every 50 pips. So with the way the trading stop is set up, you can't do that with the MetaTrader 4 platform or the MetaTrader 5 platform. You can only choose one option for your trading stop. But with Galileo, you can customize it to where I want my trading stop to start when I'm 20 pips in profit, but then I want the distance to be every 50 pips or every 10 pips or every 5 pips. So you get a little extra layer of customization with the Galileo system here. Okay. And then with the common tab, you can choose long or short positions. So like only long or only short. Now, one thing to keep in mind is if you use MetaTrader 5, from my understanding, they don't allow you to have this option. So I think on MetaTrader 5, you are forced to trade both long and short positions, unless Galileo made a change. Another thing to keep in mind too is you need a VPS to use Galileo. I don't ever hear Galileo mention VPS, so that's very important. And the reason why is the default server is too slow. So you can see here, my connections are 115. When it comes to using a VPS, or when it comes to running a EA or trading bot, you want to have as close as possible to 1 ms or less. So if I use the virtual server that's built into MetaTrader 4, my connection would be 0.93 ms, which is super fast. If you look at my default connections, in order for an EA to perform correctly and accurately, in order for it to analyze positions, in order for it to manage all the currency pairs correctly, at a minimum, you need 100 ms. If your connection is above 100 ms, you're going to have latency issues. You're going to have problems with your trades being able to execute because you see, Galileo places trades at the opening of a candle. Okay, so if your connection is too slow, that can also be a reason why you're not seeing Galileo place any trades. Um, a lot of time that I spend working with people is fixing their setup. So many people have so many problems with Galileo, and it's really their setup that they have. So if you use, for example, the MetaTrader 4 that's built into, or the, I'm sorry, if you use the VPS that is built into MetaTrader 4, that's the easiest way. And you can just go to register a virtual server, and you can see here, if I use the virtual server that's built into MetaTrader 4, my connection would be 0.95 ms, and I won't have any problems at all in that regard. But keep in mind, now you're spending, 15 bucks a month for this. So that's an extra cost, especially if you're not profitable or if you're not even trading live, you're spending money without making any. Okay. So those are a few important things to understand. If you need help with Galileo, um, this is a free service that I add on to my coaching program. So if you go to strive2be1fx.com and you sign up for my coaching program, in the comments section, just mention that you need help with Galileo, and I will help you install everything and make sure it's running correctly. Okay, so that's it for this video, and thank you guys for being here, and let me know if you have any questions. Take care.